Good afternoon, everybody. Actually, I really did lose track of my day here. So the guy to fix the stove was coming over. I don't know if I mentioned it on any of my videos, but my stove, which is built in, I don't even know how old this thing is. It's got to be from the 80s or 90s. And the only reason we haven't replaced it is because it's built in. So it's a lot more expensive endeavor. You know, they've got to actually saw the formica here and saw that off and then fit a new stove in and build it around. And we've always wanted to take this piece out. We've wanted to take this whole set of cupboards and cabinets out of our house so that we can have a totally open floor plan. And we were going to do that, but then when my son got sick, etc., trying to be, happy and positive, it's just the way it was, we could not afford to even think about a new stove, let alone tearing out more of the wall. Because we started tearing out the wall when we first bought the house 17 years ago, and then this was going to be a lot more expensive with electrical, and we thought, we'll wait, save up some more money, and then, we ended up with medical bills and never able to do it. So we've kept this stove, and it works great. And even now, all they need is probably like a $150 part, because this part is not relaying to the stove. But anyway, so I knew the guy was coming over. My house is, fairly clean. Like on a normal day, I've got a couple bottles of water stacked there. But I mean, we sweep our floors. Everything's good. We don't really have a ton of clutter other than maybe, eBay stuff. So this is how my house normally looks. But for the last 2 weeks, this room was trashed. I've been working up here taking photos. I had stacks and stacks and stacks of bins that I'm working out of because, I knew I was going full time. I just wanted to make sure that I overlapped salaries. I do have some savings, but I don't intend to use that. I wanted to be very smart. So I've been really working the business and working at the nursing home. And so I had a mess. And even with someone coming over, I deep cleaned so much that this is still my kitchen table, and I don't care. I mean, people who repair things, they've seen far worse homes than mine, I know. But anyway, this is just as far as I got. I didn't even get this far. And so I was cleaning the living room, which, it took me like an hour and a half just to even get it clean because I had to keep taking stuff downstairs. I'm like, this doesn't belong in here or whatever. And then I just looked at the picture window, and this picture window is amazing. You can see my view of the mountains out there, and it's a good day. We've had so much smoke here in our valley because we are in a valley surrounded by mountains, and so we get a lot of smoke just that settles down in here in the mornings. And so I was really happy just sweeping, mopping, putting out a few Thanksgiving decorations. Sorry about the dog treats. I had to put those up. I had to use those so that the guy wouldn't, I could get the dog in the crate when the guy came. But anyway, and so I was cleaning all of this, and I just looked at my picture window, and you cannot imagine how filthy that thing has been. Like, I'm not that picky. I'm not, a housekeeper who, uses a toothbrush, in every corner. I'm nothing like that because I do eBay and I need to use my house and I want people to feel comfortable. But it was so dark and scummy and dirty that you just couldn't even see out. And it's been that way. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be really, just honest. It's been that way for about 2 years. Ever since my son passed away, you just overlook things because it's not your priority and you're just trying to get by, get through your day, do other things. And so it was bad. And so I looked on the internet, and I've tried everything before. It's not like we haven't tried to spray down the windows or use the Cascade in the water thing or use the vinegar in the water thing. We've done all of that. We've tried everything that I could find on the internet. So finally, I just was really desperate because up here we didn't have hard water stains as much, but down below where the sprinkler is, we have really hard water here in this part of Wyoming. And we actually had well water on this property at one point because it was more out of town. So we actually have for our sprinkler system some like a well system back there. So anyway, I was looking and I found I think it's the three divas, or I should look it up so I can give them credit, but I will put it in the notes. Anyway, they had this mixture, which is, let me swing around here. I'm going to go show you. I'm going to take you in here through my house. So it is half of a bottle of vinegar. So you fill the vinegar all the way up halfway. Then you don't add any water, and that's the mistake I made. I had a little bit of water at first, and then I was like, oh no, that's not what the recipe says. Then you do Dawn dish soap. So I have this big one that I had found for $2 at a thrift, and so then I filled it another quarter of the way with Dawn dish soap. So vinegar halfway up, quarter of the rest of the way with Dawn dish soap, and then straight lemon juice. And I thought, can't hurt. I've tried everything else, so I mix that up, and this is like, I mean, like, I'm going to see if they have a Patreon or something. Like, truly, this has changed my life. These are the windows that I haven't done. I don't know if you can see. But, this, you can just see how kind of a film is on there. And I haven't, and that's part of the screen. Like, the screen is dirty. But I'm just telling you, see down here? I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but see how the hard water stains? And that's just from the sprinkler, and so I've got to get out there and do all the back windows. But anyway, this cleaner is a miracle cleaner, guys. I just can't even tell you, because from here you can see how nice and clean my bay window is. So long story short, I started downstairs. I was just gonna clean, the screen door on the front of the door, and then sweep and kind of come upstairs and vacuum. And I got started cleaning windows, not because, I just wanted to do it. It just was so bad that there was no sense cleaning anything else, other than just going ahead and doing it. And so long story short, I've been cleaning for about 8 hours straight, not just windows, but just stuff that had to be done. A lot of it is business related. And so now I got to get to work. It's like any other job. If you go to work all day, or if you have to work, then you can't just clean all day and stay home. So the fact that I chose to clean all day, now I need to reverse it back, and I've got to get some listing done. So I've got one more window here that is soaking. So you spray this stuff on and you leave it about 10 minutes, and then you wipe it off, and I promise this window here will look just as nice and clean as that window there. So I'm going to finish up this one inside of the side window, and I'm going to wash the screen and let that dry. And then I think you already got an idea about my stove. So then I was going to quit, and then, I knew that this does this because it's been dirty before, my stove. Like, this is a counter cooktop. So, the top is always spotless. Like, that's how I keep the top. And I knew there were some crumbs down in here. But, it's worse than I thought, guys. So, it's time. It takes me 8 or 10 minutes to clean this out. I just get a toothbrush, and I have a knife, and I make sure that it's spotless all along here. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't even know if they're going to be able to replace this part. I'm going to look for it on eBay. For them, and they're going to search their parts things, and then if they find the part, it's only $85 labor. So if that ends up, I probably will keep the built-in stove just because I'm cheap. If not, we'll pay probably $500 or $600, have this cut out, put a whole new one in there, and just go ahead and replace it. So either way is fine, but I'd rather get by with like $150, $200, and when this is clean, which I know it just looks absolutely horrible right now, but when it's clean, it's actually just fine. It works great. So anyway, I'm going to let you go. That's what I got done today. Tonight, I will be accountable and tell you how much I get listed, because my business day has not even started yet, guys. What is it? It's almost 4 in the afternoon, 3:30 or 4 in the afternoon, and I haven't even listed an item today. And you can't do that when you're full-time. When you're full-time, you got to make a living at it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. But thanks for listening, and I hope that if you have any hard water stains on your windows, that's the main reason I made this, is just because I've looked for so long for a solution for my windows. And where I live, you can hire people, but they're people that you're hiring to come and do the labor. You've still got to tell them what you want to do. We don't necessarily have professional window cleaners here who would come and just have the formulation and know how to get that off. Because I've tried CLR, I've tried everything before on those windows, and I just could not get the hard water stains off. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go, and I better hit it hard. I will see you later. Have a good day.